Her new favorite activity is taking uncomfortable action. Hello, gals, and welcome to Sober Living Snippets. Here in Snippet Land, we live alcohol-free as best we can so we can heal up our relationships, feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame. Gals, today is another exciting day because you're going to hear another voice other than Becca's. It's time to hear from another client, another woman who cozied up with Becca and the other amazing women in Snippet Land, changed her life, and it survived, came out the other end alive and well, and is here to tell you all about it. Here's a talk I recently had with Norma. Enjoy. Let's welcome Norma to the show. Norma, let us know where you're coming from and introduce yourself, please.
Okay, Becca, I am coming all the way from Johannesburg in South Africa and happy to be chatting.
Yeah, Norma, thank you so much for taking the time to do this snippet episode. Let people know the power of connection. I'm really, really grateful, especially all the way from Johannesburg. So let's get right to it. We know we're doing a snippet length interview here. So tell us what prompted you to seek help in the first place, like looking for the show. What was your life like sort of before the snippets?
I actually didn't go looking for help. I knew that things were getting out of hand. I knew that I was going downhill, but it didn't kind of dawn on me that I should look for help. I think thinking of that was just far too scary. And one night I was obviously drinking and your link came up on Facebook. And I didn't think twice. I actually don't even think I thought at all. I just pressed the link and that was it. Everything unfolded after that.
Sometimes the universe does it for us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what happened next? You started connecting with me, and what was that like for you?
Yeah, you replied immediately. And I think my first question was, how do you know if you have a drinking problem? And then you told me, and I think I replied with, I'm just asking for a friend.
Classic. I love that. Yeah.
And actually, we didn't dive right into it. For some reason, again, the universe perhaps allowed me to send you emails for about a month, long emails. And you replied to every single solution one of them without pressure to do the program, without pressure of anything. I just asked my questions and shared. And that's how we continued until I hit what I call my rock bottom. It wasn't a rock bottom, but we don't need one of those. And I'd had enough. I was scared and you had a challenge coming up and I grabbed onto it. It was perfect timing.
Yeah, I remember that. It was such an honor on my side to just have you feeling safe enough to share your story and the honor of just answering your questions. That's what I'm here to do. It's what I love doing. And I'm glad you mentioned that there was no pressure because that's not what this is about at all, right? We're all in this together. So then the challenge, tell us what happened next.
Oh, wow. Again, I didn't know what I was getting into. This was all it just came my way and I just went with it. I had no idea where you were, no idea. So no idea of the time differences. I was just in it. And the challenge was a 5-day challenge with the option of a VIP Zoom meeting. And it just got the ball rolling in the most amazing way. I couldn't, obviously, the time differences, join live for the Zooms, the general Zoom. So I used to listen to that on the way to work for the replay. I used to do my homework at work. And then I'd rush home and join on the VIP Zoom meeting with the other members. And I just remember everything just opening up for me. Just that connection with other people that know what's happening, like-minded people. I was living in a huge secret. And passionate and exciting. And that started my journey. Exactly.
Yeah, that secret. It's that secret that'll kill us, isn't it? And if I recall right, because we're going back to 2023 here, right? Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. And if I recall, there were a couple other South Africans, and I think you're still connected to some of the women from 2023, if I believe. Is that true?
We still have that WhatsApp group, yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. So long-term relationships. And then what happened, Norma?
Yeah. then I was just, again, like everything was just meant to happen, and came to the end of this 5-day challenge, and I just couldn't give it up. And I don't mean the alcohol. I mean, this way of life, what I was learning, I was sold. Just, it was too amazing. And on I went. I'd started your program 8 weeks. And I think all the women that did the challenge got into that too. And it
Yeah.
was instant connection. It really was. It filled my life. It got me passionate about life again. It really was just phenomenal. Best
That's
decision.
amazing. You know, the thing is, though, it's because you showed up. You decided to show up. It's really important, you know? I do the best I can. I'm here, but it's you and the other women that do the work. You change your lives. And I'm so proud of you, Norma, to have been in your world for the last 2 years and watching and experiencing this. But you've been stepping up. I know it hasn't been easy, and you've stepped up, and I'm very proud of you. What's your life like now?
It is amazing. You know,
Awesome.
it's hard. There's been huge challenges. There really have been. And I've managed to tackle them sober. I've learned techniques, and I've learned skills, and I've learned different perspectives that help me grow every single solitary day. It really is, compared to sitting with that in the first meeting with you. And it felt like I was just under a dark cloud. And
Right.
I don't wish my days away. I'm grateful for every day. It's just amazing. It really is. I can't believe it.
It is amazing what can happen. Someone recently said to me, it's like there's your life before perspectives and your life after perspectives. And I talk a lot about transformation, and it's true. It's real. And that's what I see happening. I meet women in the beginning and their lives are one way. And then after the 8 weeks and beyond, I mean, it's been a lot longer than 8 weeks, hasn't it? Lives change. And this is because women have the courage to step up. That's the thing, the courage. And you had the courage. So, as I said, very proud of you. And I'm curious, what was the one change you made during your time with me that you would share with anyone struggling with alcohol?
Gosh, there's more than one, but I think when it comes down to it, and it's a hard lesson, very hard lesson that I had to learn for myself, because when you are, you know, in active drinking, you just don't see it. I really had to realize that there are resources, there are people, there's support, but it came down to me. Nobody was going to come scrape me off the bathroom. Nobody was going to hold my hand. I had to make the decision. I had to take that action. Like you said earlier, I had to show up. It just came down to me. I had to make
Right.
the changes. And it's hard when it's scary to kind of change your life. But little bit by little bit, it doesn't happen all at once, little baby steps, but you do have to take control for yourself.
You just reminded me of you and I still talk on WhatsApp, and you just reminded me of a text you sent me, I think in the last few months, where you said, it's all your fault that I'm constantly taking uncomfortable action. Or you said something like that. Can you speak to that? What's that about? Like, and does that ruin your life? Like, what's that about?
I thought that was ruining my life at one stage, but and I mean that lightheartedly. It's one of the things, another thing that I really took away from working with you, because uncomfortable action is actually what helps us grow and change. And in my
Yeah.
case, it built my self-esteem up, because every time I found the courage to do something that was hard and uncomfortable, and I did it anyway, I could look back and go, oh my goodness, I did that, me, myself. And then once you've done it once, taking the next bit of uncomfortable action isn't as scary. Or if it is scary, you know you can do it because you did it before. So I use that almost daily, because there's always something that I'm a bit worried about, just day-to-day stuff. And I know it's uncomfortable action, and I know I can do it.
Yeah. Recently here on the Snippets, we looked at Susan Jeffers' book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And that's so powerful, that whole idea of pushing through fear. But the amazing and ironic thing is that once you start doing it, like you said, it's not that hard. It's just starting. And in fact, we think alcohol's helping us be more courageous, but it's not. It's increasing our anxiety and our depression and keeping us stuck. And yeah, that's so amazing. And I see you taking uncomfortable action all the time, because as we say here in Snippet Land, we never stop growing, right?
Right.
So, what would you say to anyone who's trying to decide if they should reach out and talk to me or even talk to someone else? Of course, it should be me, but you know.
Absolutely. Of course, it should be you. There are really so many things I could say to people, but I think one being that uncomfortable action to realize that alcohol can serve no purpose in your life. Like, really, there is nothing in this world that alcohol can make better. To realize that you have to move past it if you want to better your life. There's really, getting on with your spouse, looking after your children. Alcohol can't serve that. It can't make anything better. And you don't need to reach a rock bottom, a nasty, nasty rock bottom to get started. You don't need to lose your house. You don't need to lose your relationship. You don't need to lose everything. You just have to realize that actually I'm not doing so well and I need help and I can do this. And the amazing thing is when you look back, you do see that actually life was not good. You thought, well, I'm not harming someone. I haven't lost my house. I haven't lost my marriage. But the connection's not there. There's financial instability. But you actually don't have to wait for that rock bottom before you get started.
Yeah, amazing. Especially at our age, we've wasted enough time, like enough already. You're a young and you're still in your 40s, but for most of us, that's like, we don't want to waste any more time. Norma, I am so honored that you chose to come on here, share your story. I want to thank you one more time. I'm sending you a gift because, of course, you deserve a gift for showing up for yourself and for everyone else who's going to hear your amazing story. Thank you for coming, Norma. Wow, that was so much fun. It is such a privilege and an honor to have women like Norma and you in my world. I honestly can't even believe it. When I think back to all those drunken days, to all those horrible messes I made in my life up until 2018, and now how much my life has changed, it's mind blowing, mind blowing. And we can all experience that, gals. You just never know what's waiting for you around the corner on the other side of alcohol. But as we know, it takes help. It takes help. And we just can't get traction by ourselves. Be honest. How many times have you told yourself, I'll cut back, only to find yourself pouring another glass? How many times have you woken up with regret, promising it yourself it was the last time? The truth is, nothing changes until you decide it's time. If this has hit home and you're sick of, and you're tired of feeling stuck in this cycle, let's talk. I offer free one-on-one calls where you can share your story, and together we'll create a personalized plan to finally break free. You can join Norma and others just like her. And because I know it takes courage to make that call, just like Norma mentioned, I'm offering a $100 dining coupon book that you can use right in your neighborhood to all women who show up at their call. Of course, I have a limited number of coupon books and a limited number of calls I can take each month. So open up whichever app you're streaming from right now, go to the show notes of this specific episode and click the first link that says book your call with Becca. That'll take you to my personal calendar where you can pick a time that works before they're all gone. This will be the decision that changes everything. Thanks for coming today, gals, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.